I know everyone knows that last night there was a Big Five meeting. And in my opinion, that meeting consisted of the governor once again moving the goalposts and continuing to cling to unrelated demands. Last week, you know, if the governor had cooperated, we would have saved the state $3 billion. We lost $3 billion last week because the governor continues to put demands on the table that are unrelated to closing the deficit, such as contracting out, reforming the pension system, a massive new computer system that frankly, as Democrats, and especially as Democrats in the Assembly, we believe that many of the governor's reforms are worthy of consideration. But what is most important right now is that we close the deficit, is that we not continue to lose $25 million a day. I don't think that the governor is ready to close on a budget. You probably saw the comments he made in the New York Times where he said he's happy to just go home and sit in his jacuzzi every night. I'm very, very concerned about this. He doesn't seem to be concerned that people are getting IOUs, and all he has to do is just go out and blame the legislature and go up and down the state and have press conference blaming the legislature when it was the governor who could have prevented the loss of the $3 billion last week. There was an editorial that was in the LA Times where he talked about what was actually a case of elder abuse to show that there's a lot of fraud in IHSS. In fact, the Assembly and the Senate is very concerned about this issue, and last week, out of one of the Assembly committees, we passed legislation in relation to IHSS fraud. I do believe he's completely overstating it and making IHSS as though it's some huge part of the budget when it's actually 1.5% of the state budget. And I know that everyone here is aware that IHSS program saves money in the long run because it prevents people from being in nursing homes. I just believe that we really do not have any time to waste. And what's most important is that we close the deficit. The issue of reforms, I think, are critical, but we can begin the reform process the day after the budget revision is signed.